What's going on with the goings on, y'all? Guess we in the zone today. I know I forgot to do something. Hold on, y'all. Had to cut that young fan off. I still don't think I'm all the way together, but we gonna get it together because we gotta get it clever. You understand me? Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Already. Got me a beautiful shake today. I might need a third of that. This gonna be a long situation. We might get a whole hour out of this. But anyway, shout out to the San Antonio Spurs versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm gonna get this right before this series over with. Okay, just bear with me. But the San Antonio Spurs went against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the score was 126 to 97 in favor of the San Antonio Spurs. Now let's get into it. I watched this game, and soon as, because Wembanyama got suspended for the last game for an elbow, man, he came out on fire. He was hitting jump shots. He was making making dunks. He was hitting threes. He was doing the pick and roll correctly. He ended up with 27, but he scored like 16 points off the rip. Maybe it was 20 points, and then he kind of slowed down, let everybody else do their thing. But man, he came out banging. They was up 13 quick. You know what I'm saying? But I think fatigue ended up setting in. You feel me? Now I see why a lot of these players these days only score 30. If they can keep their adrenaline going throughout the quarter, they probably could score 60 points easy. But, they get tired quick, obviously. But, man, that first quarter, he was going to work. I mean, he did almost everything right. He had a pump fake for a dunk and everything. I said, what can he do? For real? Then he had 17 rebounds and like 5 blocks or some shit. So he was doing it on the defensive end as well. I told you, you take him out the game, you might win one. They won one, right? 2-2. Then you put him back in the game. Man, look, they was discombobulated. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, and then you could see it in the score. They had like a bunch of rebounds and when he wasn't in the game, and then as soon as he came in the game, it was like they couldn't rebound nothing. And I guess him getting kicked out that game was a gift and a curse. The curse was he was out the game. The game out of that curse was he got to see what they was doing. You know what I'm talking about? And you with a player like that that's already at an advantage, you don't want to give him more advantages. Like this is what we do when we out the game. All he got to do is stay up 10 or 12 points and he'll go to work. And you see what I said the score was. They really they kept it within 10. But by the fourth quarter, you tired. You going in and out, in and out, in and out because you grabbing a rebound for 5-10 minutes. Then when we come back in the game, you ain't grabbing no rebounds. They was out of their element. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. That nigga Ant-Man had 20 points. The game before that, he had 35. A 15-point swing can sway a lot of things. I mean, I can't even say his name right, but I'm gonna say it like they said it. Dos Mule. He played, but look, he had a couple shots where he had to shoot over the top of Wemby. Lucky they went in, but they was definitely awkward shots. It's awkward when you playing a 7'4" player. A 7'4" player, it's kind of hard for you to, you know what I'm saying, be dominant. You know what I'm saying? You docile the whole game. For real, for real. At least the times he was in, you act like you ain't know what to do. Even Gobert didn't even really do much because I didn't even write him down. So, and plus, I watched the game. He wasn't really a factor. I mean, he grabbed some rebounds here and there, but remember, he's not really an offensive player. So it was like, it was really a waste of time for real. You know what I'm saying? We'll see in game 6? Because game 5, they definitely won. They should be able to eliminate them in game 6, and we're going to see Wembanyama versus the Thunder. You know what I'm saying? Because it was definitely a UFW. I call it the UF dub. You know what I'm saying? Unidentified flying Wemby. You know what I'm talking about? For real, because he was everywhere. He did everything. You know what I'm saying? The mad Frenchman. You know what I'm talking about? For real. How you gonna piss a 7'4" motherfucker off? You can't even see him. You know what I'm saying? And then Randall, where was you at, bro? You know what I'm talking about? How many points you had? You had 12 in the first half, and then you had 5 in the second. It was cool for you to have the 12. You know what I'm talking about? We thinking, okay, we might see a 30-point, you know what I'm saying, game from you. And then in the second half, what you do, run? You was pooped? One too many of them runs, huh? You feel me? I mean, because you definitely need some kind of something, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do something when it comes to doggy bone. But you might need to leave alone. For real. You might have to go change your whole little regimen. You know what I mean? Fruits and berries just ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm talking about? And Reed, which had a dominant fifth, he had a dominant game 4. He really didn't do much in game 5. You know what I'm talking about? They was too worried about the block shot. How you gonna go hard on a nigga in defense and then soft on the nigga on offense? I mean, and then at the same time, you was bumping and you was pushing and you was doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Trying to keep Wemby out the paint, but it was to no avail. That man had 17 boards, bro. Really wasn't too much you could do. And then, you know what I'm saying? The first half, they was kind of, you know what I'm talking about, as far as the Spurs go. They was kind of trying to see where Wemby was at in that second quarter, and you know what I'm saying? They kind of didn't play to the expectations, but Johnson from off the bench, the 6th man of the year, oh, he went to work. That man had 20-something. How many points you had? Johnson had 21 points. He had a nice dunk, too. A putback boy. Boy, he was hype. I say, oh, yeah, it's going to be a long night. He had a block. You know what I'm saying? A couple threes. Yeah, they was doing their thing. Vassal, I forgot. Vassal, I don't even talk about this guy. He had like 17 points, 18 points. It was definitely an onslaught. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that they, you know what I'm saying, put something together next game. You know what I'm saying? They gonna probably do something slick to get Wemby out. But if you don't get Wemby out, it's gonna be a long, long night. Shout out to the unidentified flying Wemby. You know what I'm talking about? For real. Now, let's get into some of this rhetoric and then we can get up out of here. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. What's going on, Mrs. Summer from No Other, or however you pronounce your whatever you pronounce. You I guess you from the Baddies Club looking ass. Every time I see you, Summer, you doing something extra. You know what I'm talking about? I guess you was at the club, you know what I'm saying? And some young lady, I guess, wanted to try you, see if you was really a baddie. You was not a baddie. To be truthfully honest, you got whooped on. And if it wasn't for the transgender, I don't even know if he was transgender. He might have been all the way gay. But no, I'm just saying transgender for political purposes. I'm not here to offend or harm anyone. This is my disclaimer. This is parental advisory, explicit content. You see the hat. You know the rules. So, the young man, young lady, or whatever decided to jump into the fight, and he won for real. But then she got right back on you in the car. You in the car. I guess Tommy was driving. Tommy didn't pull off. You gotta survey the situation in the room, Summer. You was getting whooped on. Then the transgenders with an S, the transgenders, they started whooping on the girl, and they barely was really whooping on her, but they started whooping on her. You get out the car and start trying to just hit her with a purse and go crazy like you really had something going on. And then you can hear the people in the back geeking you up. Go Summer, go Summer. Summer didn't do shit. Summer waited till old girl was down and out and got out her car and acted like she was moving mountains. It's like moving mountain. You was not Usher, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? That was some hoe ass shit, my nigga. I ain't seen you square up and do nothing yet. Just square up, nobody involved in the situation, and you do something. I'm truly believe you would get your ass whipped. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not here to offend or harm anyone. This is my disclaimer. You know what I'm talking about? Already, let me see you get out and do something. If not, you need to stop talking. I see you done got off the internet and stopped talking so much. Yeah, just keep your little mouth closed and get your money. That's what you should have did in the first place. Be dormant. But no, you ran your mouth. Cause so now I want to see something. You feel me? And you ain't showing nothing. You showing that people can help you win. I mean, you know, I guess you a star now, so people can help you win. But when you got people helping you win, you shouldn't talk about no wins. You know what I'm talking about? Already. But we gonna give out some shout outs. You know what I'm talking about, in between all the rhetoric. So shout out to the young man from Los Angeles who who got the chance to go to college. You feel me? I liked it, your story. But you know how most things happen when they happen. And it was like 2 or 3 other stories after that. I ain't sharing them. But I liked it, yours. You put it on my story. You know what I'm saying? You was homeless. You ended up getting a 4.0 while you was 4.3 while you was homeless. You feel me? And now you got a chance to go to a many of colleges. You picked Columbus, but you could have went to Harvard. You could have went anywhere, sir. Hey. From a homeless man to the man, that's a beautiful feat, sir. And I hope you do some grand with that. And you want to do stem cell research? Oh, so you want to build a whole new land, huh? I hope you, and then you talking about you want to teach people how to build too. That's how I get done, sir. I'm proud. Congratulations. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see. Another shout out. Happy birthday to Big X the Plug. You know what I'm talking about? Happy birthday, good brother. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Let's see. Shout out to LeBron James. I guess LeBron James was having a discussion with the interviewers over the weekend. Not over the weekend. I think it might have been Monday. And he stated that it was funny out of his whole career. He finally got a chance to be the third option. And then to go from the third option to the number 1 option. You know what I'm saying? It was a learning experience. Shout out to you, Brian. I hope you have a wonderful summer. And you know what I'm saying? Whatever decision you make it your best decision. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you can get a championship out of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. These players these days, they lazy. So, I mean, I ain't gonna say they lazy. I'm gonna say their work ethic ain't as strong as it used to be back in the day. That's all. It's so you got so many not vices, but you know what I'm saying, things that help you get where you're going. You don't really need to do it a whole lot, and that kind of took away from the game. People need to do a whole lot to get where you at. And you know, tomorrow it's gonna be somebody come along that really care about it and get it done. But for right now, I don't see it happening. Once motherfuckers like Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant and them might be the only two superstars that's really Kawhi Leonard, but you know, he kinda ushered in some of this rhetoric we got now. But Giannis Antetokounmpo, you got a few. You got about another. You got a handful that's still moving around and care about what they got going on. Apple or something in there. Excuse me. I forgive me. But yeah, you got a few that wanna really work hard to get where they going. Um. Now let's get into some more of this. What's up, Boosie? Mr. Boosie Badass. I guess Mr. Boosie Badass wanted to address the conversation that him and Sean Cotton had from Say Cheese TV, and how Sean Cotton wanted to recruit him for an interview, and he like, no, I don't want to do no interviews. I'm gonna start doing my own content, and I guess Sean Cotton probably had a little attitude. He gets on his platform and begins to tell Boosie that he made a bad decision when it came to the whole Vlad TV situation. And he's like, no. At the end of the day, and this is from my perspective, at the end of the day, you ain't want to pay that nigga the right amount of money. You know what I'm saying? You probably want to undercut him when it came to shit, thinking you could shoot your move, shoot your black man move, and it didn't work. Nigga, it's not gonna work with Boosie. Shit, Boosie made a name for himself. Nigga, White Me Down went platinum for probably 10 years straight. And nigga ain't gonna never be without no cash, for real. Even if you take some money from him, he still gonna have some money going. And if he do get broke, he know how to get unbroke. We seen that many a times over. He know how to reinvent himself. You know what I'm saying? I like brothers like that, because no matter what you throw at him, he gonna make it happen, man. But anyway, shout out to you, Boosie. I hope you keep going, bro. They're gonna keep coming though. You know what I'm saying? Just hope you definitely built for us, shit. We've been here on this planet 50 years. There's a lot of shit that we seen that you ain't know we seen, but we seen it. We saw it. And we ain't never sorry. For sure. Shout out to you, Boosie. Let me see. Do I want to get into this? All right, let's get into this. Now, there's somebody I don't really I don't hate you, but I don't support a lot of the stuff you do, for sure, for sure. But you know what I'm saying? This one thing that I had to state, and I hope everybody else do the same. It seemed like it's gonna do what it's do, but we don't know. And that's Jay Prince Jr. Now, Jay Prince, I like rap a lot. I like Jay Prince. I know, I understand shit, but we got to get rid of your son, sir. The man don't know what he doing when he doing what he doing. A lot of shit he don't even know he doing it until it's too late. And a motherfucker like that, you got to find you something to do, kind sir. Go build you a wall. Do something. But as far as the music game, this ain't for you, bro. You ain't built for it. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't gonna lie, nigga, ain't like I ain't heard this story before. But you know, I had to reinvent, I had to reevaluate, and I had to do it all over again. You know what I'm talking about? And you know what I'm saying? A lot of things don't need to be said, it just need to be understood. And I hope Jay Prince Sr. understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about? Dog gotta find him something to do. And shout out to Dogface, even though, like I said, even though me and you ain't really where we supposed to be. But shit, Dogface right. We need to cancel this nigga. And I hope the culture cancel this nigga, because the nigga need to be canceled. It's been one too many times where he put mob ties into jeopardy, bro. You feel me? with with shit that just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that's got your back, you getting them fucked up. And shit can't be fucked up. Shit gotta keep going. That's why I said I can turn this shit on and off. But certain shit I just gotta let go. Shout out to you though, good brother. In all your endeavors, as I should say. Shout out to AP. AP wanted to dumb me down. That's AP to watch brand. You know what I'm saying? I guess AP wanted to go. They went to China and they went to other manufacturers and tried to. I don't see why. I don't know why they just didn't do what they doing right now. But they wanted to try to sue these people for the trademark, the way they make the watch, and to no avail. So you know what they had to do? They came home and they did a collab with another person to make it affordable for everybody to buy AP. When they should have just started off with that, they would have made more money and they wouldn't have had to be going back and forth to court. So you lose to win or break even, and it's always been stupid to me. I ain't into losing. You feel me? Let's find a way. You know what I'm talking about? Now if we lose on the way, that's cool because we still finding that way. But I guess AP dummied it down to like $300 a watch. They're gonna have a multitude of colors. There's gonna be a lot of people going to get one. You know what I'm saying? I guess I gotta respect the movement. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody gonna have all different kind of colors. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the way by the way, so I'm gonna see a lot of different outfits, a lot of different Jordans. It's gonna make some people rich. But we shall see though. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to AP and they watches. Shout out to Little Caesars. You know what I'm saying? I stated this already, but I guess it's come back up again in my timeline. So shout out to Little Caesars and them giving out slices of pieces and water. I guess they doing it somewhere in the suburbs. You know, they ain't gonna do it in the hood. Everybody and their mama will be up there talking about they broke and they need pizza. You know what I'm talking about? So I guess they getting out a slice or two and some water if you really need it. If you eating out the dumpster and homeless, and you need a slice. But Little Caesars has always done something nice for the community. Whether it was Mike Ellis, shout out to him, may he rest in heaven. Or, you know what I'm saying, just Little Caesars in its own. It's always had affordable from the $5 hot and ready to the $10, you know what I'm saying? You come get you some bites in a slice, you know what I'm talking about? And a large pizza. You know what I'm saying? It's always been something going on when it came to Little Caesars. And they did it again. You see, they didn't have no name for the arena. You know what I'm saying? Little Caesar said, why not? Put my name on there. So, like I said, shout out to Little Caesars and the things that they're doing in the neighborhood. Let's see. Do I want to talk about? All right. Shout out to I can't even say. Can I say her name right? All right, I'll say it like this. Shout out to Shanae Bryant. I can't think I'm saying your name right. Shanae Bryant. Dr. Shanae Bryant. I guess you went to go get your transcripts and they said they ain't got your transcripts. I guess the university you went to for your doctorate, you tried to go get you a job as a lawyer. They said that this school is no longer visible and no longer nothing. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It disappeared. So I guess you went down your little rabbit hole, probably went to whatever state it was in and tried to retrieve your transcripts, couldn't receive them. You feel me? So what, you can't be a lawyer now? I really didn't understand why you were saying what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? I think you dug a bigger hole for yourself because now it's like, are you a doctor or are you not a doctor? That's basically what it said. You went to go get your shit and it wasn't there. So do you got to stop practicing? The suit that you might be getting yourself into, can they sue you now? That should have been the questions. But I guess you was on the Breakfast Club, so they weren't looking for information. They was looking for dirt. You feel me? And I don't know if you dug up dirt or you buried it. You know what I'm saying? The future shall see. But I guess shout out to you. It's gonna make dividends. Shout out to Monica. Monica, you 45 and pregnant? Shout out to Tasha K. You know, a lot of your information lately, at least in this last month, has been very problematic, at least for me, to say the least. There's been a lot of problematic situations that I don't really carefully put my platform to. So, you know what I'm saying? Forgive me, because I usually shout you out a lot. But lately, it's just been, you know what I'm saying? It's been rhetoric to me. You know what I'm talking about? Until a lot of that is like, okay, well, you got to have a court case then. And where your court case at? And it'd be non and void. So it just be talk. I ain't really, I ain't fucking with it. But shout out to you, though, Tasha K. But like I was saying, are you pregnant, Monica? I guess you've been having relations with 50 Cent's manager. Y'all made a lot of money off the Monica and Brandy situation. Did y'all celebrate? You feel me? I mean, hey, if you 45 and pregnant, so be it. You know what I'm talking about? Let's make a movie, though. Shout out to you, though, shit. Hey, look. I wanted to have 10 kids, so my wife would probably be pregnant right now, too. You feel me? Congratulations, or not non-congratulations. You know what I'm talking about? You understand me? Either way, I'm happy for you. For real. Cause it's exciting to see somebody, you know, at our age still doing their thing. Doing my thing. Just doing my thing. You know what I'm talking about? For real. Let me see if I want to do this before I get into this other topic. I guess a white dude decided to follow a black dude in a Walmart parking lot. You know what I'm saying? The black dude turn around and tell him, find you something to do, what you want, what you need. The white dude pulls out his phone. This is all about Chad the Builder, by the way. So the white dude pulls out his phone, I guess, to antagonize the black dude. The black dude smacked the phone out his hand and asked him, "What's going on? What are you doing?" This is after they had a shoving match, mind you. And the black dude, "What are you doing? What are you on?" And I guess he picked his phone up and started talking crazy. The black dude gets in his car like, "I'm about to leave. I ain't finna, you know what I'm saying, fall for this stupidity." The white dude breaks the black dude's window in his car. Oh man, I guess that set the black dude off. And then you can hear the females in the background, another background situation. You can hear the people in the background beat his ass, beat his ass. You know what I'm talking about? So the black dude got out and proceeded to chin check the white dude. I mean, I guess he beat him down in so many words. And that's it. Yeah. The white dude ain't had and he couldn't think after that. You know what I'm talking about? He was discombobulated. You feel me? Oh man, that was crazy. Shout out to Sheryl Swoopes. I guess Sheryl Swoopes was on Jada and Joey, or Joe and Jada, or Crack and Jada, whatever you want to talk about. But I guess she was on Netflix and on the Joe and Jada show. And she began to cry. And she was talking about all the hardships she had during the time she was making her dollars and how she feels good to have $1,000 meals with her brothers. We all, like I said in my last video, that's a story we all heard before. It ain't, it ain't gonna make me cry. It's gonna make me have a little bit of understanding, but at the same time, you know what I'm talking about? That's basically what it is. I guess. You know what I'm saying? Now this is a story. Let me see. Let me make sure. Oh, I wanted to get into a little battle rap. You feel me? Shout out to DNA. So I watched 15 Minutes of Fame. I watched a few 15 Minutes of Fame. But this 15 Minutes of Fame, because I'm going to be doing my little battle rap thing after these playoffs is over with. So I guess DNA wanted to talk about the $200,000. Yeah, that's right. $200,000 that Sue Surf wants for his next battle. And if the sponsors allow, will it happen? That's what Uncle Rob from 15 Minutes of Fame asked DNA. And DNA said, yeah, if we get a couple sponsors here and there, Drake, shout out to you, good brother. I guess your album will be out in a couple days. You feel me? But shout out to you. Motherfuckers like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Probably a few other sponsors like Dave East, maybe. Jim Jones, maybe. Even Fabulous. Fabulous is a freestyler. He might want to join they whole little cast. You know what I'm talking about? They might want to do their thing. Let's see who else. Even y'all don't like P. Diddy, but even P. Diddy, he might want to get involved. And you know, by being Sue Surf and by being Murder Moon, I mean Joe Budden might want to get involved. There might be a host of celebrities that might want to do their thing because they reach beyond just rap. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? It might be something. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be nothing. I don't know. I mean, they would really have to put on the show. $200,000 just ain't easy. You definitely gonna have to be cheesy. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna have to have something going on for something to be going on when it's going on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Sue Surf and Murder Mook. You know what I'm talking about? I hope y'all can get what y'all deserve. Cause 200,000, if Sue Surf want 200,000, I know Murder Mook want it that or even more. So you're talking about at least a $500,000 battle. $500,000 ain't easy. It sure ain't cheesy. So the whole layout will have to not be just simple common conversation. You're gonna make it do what it do, baby. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be just like them AP watches. All different colors, all different antics, all different equations. It's gotta go. And it's gotta go right now. You know what I'm talking about? Let me see. Okay, let me get into this conversation right here, and then we're gonna find us something to do. You understand me? Already with the already. So I finally got a chance to watch The Big Bang. Well, I think it's my second time. I'm probably gonna watch it again too tonight. But The Big Bang and Tekashi 6ix9ine situation. I also got a chance to watch Wicked, Turk, and they was on Big Hot TV. It was Wicked, Turk, and Big Hot. And they was on Big Hot TV. And they gave their outtake on the situation. First, let me get my outtake. I don't think it was an end to the whole conversation when it come to music. I just think that 6ix9ine wanted to get his point across, and ain't nobody understanding his point of view. But you know, Big Bang, and it was and the information was on My Perspective TV. Go check that out. My Perspective. I also see. You know what I also seen? I might only seen like 20, 30 minutes of it, but I guess y'all had y'all finally dropped the video of Big Bang, Ray Daniels, Scream, DJ Scream, I don't know the two other gentlemen, so I ain't gonna mistake your names. But I guess y'all had a little round table and y'all was talking about it as well. And Big Bang stated that it was all about the views for me. And he wanted to stop he called him Danny, but 6ix9ine from being 6ix9ine, he wanted him to be Danny for a while so they could have a real conversation. But he had his antics going, and you couldn't really tell whether he was turning it on or turning it off. But Big Bang said, I just did it for the views and the clicks. Point blank period. I wasn't about who was wrong and who was right in the situation. Because I guess Danny, or 6ix9ine as you would call him, he wanted to stay how motherfuckers like 21 Savage and Young Thug and a few other cats that came on his platform. Oh, he even talked about the T.I. situation and how they were talkative in their situations, and why he can't be talkative in his situation, even though the information was told a whole lot clearer than their situations. Basically, in so many words, them niggas was telling and blatantly telling, and then when he told, they kind of shunned him out. And I'm gonna tell you like this, Danny, they black and you Mexican. That's just like them being black and you being white. It's the same thing. You not of our kind, so you can't talk about our kind. So whenever you get our kind involved, it ain't nothing to talk about. Just find you something to do, sir. Quit trying to be accepted. They're not gonna accept you. And that's why a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Cubans tell on black folks. Because at the end of the day, they got the unhidden rule. Hey, you ain't for us, you ain't by us, then you against us. Oh, I got to drink me some shake on that. And by you not being a part of that, then you ain't a part of that. It don't matter how you shape it up or sum it up. You not me. You can't understand me, so you'll never be me. And then you act like, as a Mexican or as a Cuban, you know what I'm saying? Because you stated both of them in that interview or that talking point. We got our own set of rules too. I don't know if I'm Cuban one day and then I'm black the next, but I'm Cuban one day and then I'm black the next. You know what I'm talking about? Already, you know what I'm saying? My daddy black, my mama is of Cuban descent. So, you know what I'm saying? I understand both points of view. And at the end of the day, ain't like that's how the whole story got mixed up in the first place. The white man came and seen that we were at odds. And he tried to figure out how he was gonna make his step or his foot in the sand. And he know by getting you guys against each other that we can get it done. You know what I'm saying? Then I got young Pocahontas in capture, but that's no here nor there. Let's talk about this interview still. So, ain't nobody gonna accept that. You know what I'm saying? Them guys, because them guys was wrong. They tried to take you out. They tried to take your wife. You know what I'm saying? And it was all because you wanted to be accepted by some motherfuckers that was never going to accept you. No matter what you did, no matter how you talk, no matter what you had going on. Then they seen that you had a couple dollars. They tried to take advantage of the situation. They didn't know you was going to peak. But you peak. And what you do, instead of you being quiet and getting down, you got to run in your mouth. And that's something that we don't do. So, when they seen that you was running your mouth, you feel me? They like, oh, we got to set this nigga up. We got to do it now. We got to do it quick. And they was sloppy. You feel me? That's why niggas ain't talking about it. For what? What's to talk about? Ain't nobody from New York finna say what really went on. Because ain't nothing going on. You feel me? Niggas trying to come home. Niggas ain't got time for you to understand the ramifications of the situation. So I don't know I don't know whether I'm in and out with this situation, but I'm out and in. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna take the big bank route. Shout out to Big Bank. It's no never mind with me. Whatever floats your boat. And then the whack and the wicked, the big high, and the Turk situation. I guess it's to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna have their own interpretation of the situation. He was either right or he was wrong. Big Bank said it was for the views. So hey, like I told you before, clicks and views is where it's at. So you gotta understand that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody finna change none of that to get you some understanding. All I can say is I do like your platform. I don't really like your antics though. I never really did. And I think that's also what it is too. Nobody never really liked it that you talk too much. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's just because you mixed. So I guess that's just the Mexican in you to keep talking. Because Cubans just, hey, they say what they gonna say, and then I hope you remember. Because I'm only gonna say this once. And after I say it, then it's done. You feel me? It's over with. We go finna find something else going on. And we might not even come back to this situation. And I guess you wanted to continue to come back to the situation. It was to no avail though. Look what it got you. And you're gonna say, I got rich and I did this and I did that. Talking too much again. But you stating facts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said in this whole situation about the streets being dead this, the streets being dead that. You can't kill something it's a block. Can't go on their block and spread up. You might kill a few motherfuckers, but it's still always gonna be somebody that can come to that corner. You feel me? It's always gonna be a point about that corner. So just leave the corner alone. You don't want to deal with it, don't deal with it. But it's gonna be there forever. It will never die. It did too much. It helped too many people. Right before I started talking about this, I was talking about Cheryl Swoops. And she was talking about how she was on the corner. And if she wasn't on that corner, we wouldn't have Cheryl Swoops, right? So like I said, it's always gonna be a corner. You just gotta decide is you gonna cross the street or you gonna stay right there. You feel me? And all this telling, you ain't doing but making it stronger. I think it might have been Big High. Big High said, hey. I think it was Big High, I'm not sure. Or it might have been DJ Scream. It was one of you two young men. And then they stated, if you don't talk about it, it won't be about it. Matter of fact, it was on Big Facts and DJ Scream now. And they was talking how if you don't say nothing, it won't be nothing. Keep your mouth closed. That's what this all boiled down to. If you be quiet, basically, what was that old saying? If you talk too much and you never shut up. I'm going to say it again. You talk too much and you never shut up. And that's basically what it was, Danny, or Tekashi 6ix9ine. You was talking too much and you never was quiet. You never listened. You never heard the birds chirp. And then when you heard the birds chirp, it was too late. Now you want to chirp like a bird. Because you finally understood what was going on when it was going on in the zone. You know what I'm talking about? And now you want everybody else to listen. You should have been listening. Then you would have knew way to move, how you'd have knew your calculations. You know what I'm talking about? My granddad always told me a man always keeps a watch and a wallet. The watch is for you to tell time, so you know what's going on, and the wallet is for you to keep valuable information, so you can pull it out later. Um, yeah, I'm gonna leave with that. You understand me? You feel me? You get what I'm saying? You know where I'm coming from? I hope you do. And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.